Hey guys, we only have a few days left for the Premenstrual Disorder Awareness Fundraiser, and the way things are going, I'm not sure we're gonna reach our end goal, but I do want to say thank you to those who did donate or who were able to. For those of you who didn't, just pass it forward. And don't be a towel, donate today. But remember, whether or not you did donate, you are loved, you are wanted, and you got this. Now on with the video.
Hey, it's been a long time.
You just have no long-term memory because you get high all the time.
Don't preach to me, fatso.
I can preach to you all I want because you're stupid.
You're stupid.
Yeah, but you're a towel.
You're a towel.
Happy belated holidays. And don't forget to bring a towel. I think you can actually buy a tally towel on Amazon. Or a tally hat. Or a tally shirt. Hi, I'm Kitty Monk and I'm here to talk to you about South Park. Or more specifically, Tally. Both the episode and the character. Well, it's gonna be me doing a character review like before. Sorry, April was a weird month for me and episode reviews are just quicker. Nowadays, Tally is best known for being second fiddle to Randy and his shenanigans at Integrity Farms. Even if I like to headcanon that outside of a couple of moments early on, like when he's a weed inspector, he's just a weed-induced hallucination that keeps Randy working at Integrity. Because after a certain point, it's like he doesn't even appear. But hey, it's just a theory. But at the same time, Tally was an important part of the show for a little while, oddly enough. Even if his entire role was that he was a towel that got high, and that was it, really. To be fair, I didn't know how to approach the topic with Tally. Do I just talk about his one episode, or do I talk about that other episode? Or do I give a full-on character journey? Well, I started rewatching the Tally episodes to get some ideas, and I found out that, much like Satan, Tally has a character journey of sorts, whereas with Satan it was learning to redeem himself and become a better person after a horrible breakup. With Tally, it's giving up his addictions, getting clean, and moving on with his life, with tons of heart, sweat, and tears that could very well get cleaned up by another towel. A clean towel is a happy towel, so let's discuss. In Tally's first appearance, which is also called Tally, sorry if this is confusing, the boys are hanging out at Stan's house when Cartman finds Sharon's used tampon in the trash bin in the toilet.
Are you boys still playing that video game?
Yeah. Hey, Mom, Cartman found a bloody cotton thing in the bathroom. Look. But I don't think it's for using. I think it's just for looking through.
It's April Fresh! Ew, clearly Sharon was in a rush or something and forgot to wrap it up in that little toilet paper ball like you're taught in 4th grade. I have jokes to make, but I guess... Lucky Sharon. She can wear a tampon without her symptoms flaring up. She could go swimming or horseback riding whenever she wants.
You just left it in the trash can?
He shouldn't have done that. He's just a boy.
Boys, that's a feminine thing, alright? It's a personal woman thing.
And since he won't stop asking questions, Sharon tries to gain his silence by suggesting she'll buy the boys the new Okama Game Sphere.
Cool! Wow, it's like fighting trash can gold, you guys.
Which back then was new. Nowadays it's probably a hunk of junk. Just saying, originally they were supposed to own a PS4, according to the script, which I think you can just find on Google. But I guess they couldn't get the rights to it or something, so they just went with the Game Sphere. The boys are excited to own their own Game Sphere, which I think will probably be Stan's Game Sphere since they go to his house and constantly play it. And his mom was the one who bought it.
Wow, dude, you're the luckiest kid in South Park. Hey, this is all of ours. I'm the one who found Stan's aborted brother in the trash can and blackmailed his mom into getting the Game Sphere.
But they will still have the ability to play it whenever they want, because that is how TV works. You just walk into anybody's house without a key and nobody gives a damn. All they can think about is playing. When who comes strolling in but Tally?
When you get out of the water, you need to dry off right away to avoid catching a cold. That's why Tally says, don't forget to bring a towel.
Thanks, Tally.
Who the heck are you?
You want to get high?
I am not giving you money so you can go and live your wild towel dreams. Get a job. Alright guys, meet Tally. Now, I know you're probably wondering, what the hell convinced Matt Stone and Trey Parker to add a character to their cartoon that was literally just a talking towel that gets high? Were they high themselves? I mean, that's a possibility considering the Oscars and everything. But as we all know, there's a time and a place for everything, and it's called college.
There's a time and a place for everything, Mr. Mackey, and it's
called college.
Still, there's a fun story here, and you guys know how I like stories. The idea for Tally came around the same time South Park was becoming more and more exploited as a franchise, I guess you could say, with tons of merchandising that went beyond DVDs and VHSs. And not gonna lie, I can understand their frustrations. Come on, a lot of shows, they got canned in because they weren't selling enough toys. Like nowadays, when they did that 25th anniversary pop-up, I wanted to buy a Kenny cutting board, and it was like $40, even with the discount code they gave us. I went on Amazon thinking it was gonna be cheaper, and it was like $60 for a cutting board that says, "Oh my god, you killed Kenny. I'm sorry, but I don't think that's a cutting board for me. I could just use my normal one, thank you very much." Tally was a towel because he was literally a two-dimensional being, the type that would be used to get you to buy merchandise and nothing more. And the idea of Tally always saying his trademark catchphrase,
That's why Tally says, don't forget to bring a towel.
that came from a boat trip the writers went on, where everybody kept saying, "Don't forget to bring a towel," which eventually morphed into them saying, "Tally says don't forget to bring a towel." I don't know why they said either or, but the phrase stuck with Trey and Matt. Speaking of, since we're on the idea of Tally poking fun of characters meant to be made into merch, ironically, after the episode aired, Tally got merch to the max.
And available soon, the Tally Towel. It comes with all your favorite catchphrases.
You wanna get high?
So call now and order your I Love Tally or I Hate Tally t-shirt.
He was the merch with a mouth. There were Tally t-shirts, Tally towels, Tally hats, which I see at least once at every anime convention, and I always do ask, did you remember to bring your towel? Because I did not. I left it in the room. Heck, in 2021, Comedy Central partnered with Adidas to make Tally sneakers in order to celebrate 420. So yeah, happy holidays, or belated holidays, but maybe it took so long because I was busy getting high. And during the fake commercial they aired during the middle of the episode, which is a bunch of people trying to buy Tally merch, you used to be able to call the number they posted to buy Tally products. It's so ironic and yet on brand for South Park. Like they knew what was gonna happen, so they were like, okay, at least we might get some money out of the deal. Back in South Park, the boys are playing the game sphere as much as they can, especially since they have prior commitments like family. Ew.
Oh, crap. What? I'm supposed to go to the lake with my family tomorrow and swim and play in the stupid sun.
Dude, we got Game Sphere.
I know.
I mean, Kyle's mom almost destroyed America by starting a war with Canada, all because she was too lazy to block a channel. Why would he want to go to a lake with her? A lake that's outside where you cannot plug in a game sphere?
I can't go to the lake. No, Stan's having emotional problems and they need to help see him through it. Thanks, Mom. I don't have to go outside.
Awesome!
I mean, the outside world is our enemy, Morty. Yeah, I was gonna play a clip, but Warner Brothers is kind of being a D-word about copyright lately, so no chances. Now for a proper clip.
She said it's fine, but that I still have to go to baseball practice tonight.
Oh yeah, we've got baseball practice today. God damn it. We shouldn't have this many responsibilities. We're children.
Hard to believe this was eventually an episode. Throughout their playing time, the boys constantly encounter Tally, who keeps reminding them to bring a towel, even if the situation does not call for it.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
Ah, no.
When you're playing sports, the sweat can get in your face. That's why Tally says, always keep an extra towel in your duffel bag.
Okay, we will.
And then asking them to get high. Tally, they're minors. Go play in traffic. Or better yet, go play with those hand towels people use to make cakes with.
No, we don't want to get high.
Okay. You sure?
Yes, go away, stupid towel.
They spend all weekend playing until Monday comes along and they kinda have to go to school. Or Truant Officer Shallowgrave is gonna be a problem. I'm sure he has the foresight to remember to bring a towel. It sops up the blood. Wanna get high? Tally, I'm doing a review right now. I cannot get high. Maybe after. Okay. Was that a good Tally impression? I thought I sounded more like Mr. Hanky. On the way to school, the boys encounter soldiers who need to find Tally ASAP, but they don't care because they just want the day to get done with now. That way they can play their Okama Game Sphere.
Echo, this is Garrett. I've got a code 5 at Park County, Colorado. Repeat, code 5, Park County, Colorado.
What, dude?
Now, if I had to describe the episode, think about it like the boys wandered into a normal episode, which involves them unraveling a giant conspiracy, like Fred's on a towel. Don't forget to bring a towel. Cavern, not you two. But this time around, they don't give a flying F because all they wanna do, baby, is play the Okama Game Sphere, baby. No, I should make light of that song. It's kind of serious if super catchy.
Come on, hurry. I bet we can get to level 29. Where is it?
It was right here.
Where the hell is it?
Well, where the heck is it, you're probably wondering? That thing was really expensive. I'd imagine Sharon is still paying it off. The boys get a phone call saying that the Game Sphere is being held hostage. What is it, like tied to the railroad tracks or something? And it will only be returned if they get the towel. That should be easy enough.
Just get the towel and meet us at the gas station outside of town. Or else.
Oh, come on, Game Spill.
Don't hurt it.
I don't know who you are, I don't know what you want, but why would you take a freaking Game Sphere? And what's the big deal about a towel? Couldn't you just go to the store and buy another one? The boys don't care about Tally, but they need to find him because that's the only way they'll get their Game Sphere back. But how do you call a towel?
What does this world come to where people can just take your Okama Game Sphere?
Hey, maybe we better do a towel call.
Buy one, get one, sell at White Castle.
That's a towel call?
I guess that's one way. Unfortunately, the towels aren't flocking to me like I'm John Lennon and they just read Catcher in the Rye, so the boys have to try something else.
Let's go water skiing.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
There he is.
Be sure to bring a towel so you don't get all wet.
Come on, dude.
Where are we going?
At least that worked. They take Tally to the rendezvous point. Ooh, is Tim Mole going to be there? Or is he still grounded from making fun of God?
Are you sure this is where they said to be?
They said the gas station outside of town.
Well, I'm gonna get a little high.
Tally, you're at a gas station. You cannot get high. You're gonna be a sad towel when the whole joint goes up, plus the gas station itself. They're surrounded, and Tally dispels some more towel facts.
There you are, towel. We've been looking all over for you.
If you ever go to a hotel, be sure to bring your own towel.
I don't know how true this is, but apparently if you use a hotel towel for something like makeup, they consider it a waste and have to throw it out. Again, I don't know how true it is, but maybe he's got a point. To all of the towels I defiled with my cosplay makeup and will likely do in Vegas when I'm Pygag Viscerali or Angel Dust, depending on the weather, I massively apologize. Unfortunately, it turns out to be a trap. I mean, these guys are calling Towelie towel.
Towel, there are people out here who mean to harm you.
Come on, people don't call me cat. They call me cat. You're cat friend, it only makes sense. Oh yeah. But again, as it turns out, the whole thing was a trap.
You called us and said if we brought the towel, you'd give us our video game back.
Oh my god.
It's a trap!
Meaning that the boys have to go to headquarters and entertain this ridiculous storyline for at least another 10 minutes. On the bright side, their Game Sphere is at the headquarters.
Hurry! You must get the towel back to Tynacorp.
Where is our Okama Game Sphere?
Get the towel home.
Aw, god damn it.
Do you know where he's talking about, Tally?
If they just tough it out a little bit more, they'll surely get it back. Surely. My name's not Shorely, or Shoreleave. Again, it depends on how much runtime is left, I'm just guessing. The boys believe the kids are protecting the towel, which could not be farther from the truth, you frickin' idiots, the toy.
Must have some unexplainable bond with it. Perhaps they're telepathically linked to the towel, sir, like E.T.
They would throw Tally to a pack of wolves if it meant they could get their Game Sphere back. On the way to headquarters, Tally tells the boys his backstory.
I've been wandering around on my own for the past few weeks, helping people out with towel safety and proper towel use. It's important.
No, it isn't.
Is.
It's a little important at best, kind of like juggling, even if we know juggling is objectively cool. Not a little cool at best. Unfortunately, Tally keeps getting them lost because he's unfortunately super duper sober.
Let me get high. Then I'll remember where it is.
All right, so where is it?
Where's what?
Wait, is that what you say if you haven't smoked for a while? You know what? How about coming down? I think we can all agree on coming down. Okay, so Towelie gets them lost because he keeps coming down. Don't you hate that? Don't you hate coming down? I used to hate that. But the boys tell Towelie he isn't going to get high until they successfully rescue the game sphere, which could take all day. But this does come back later on. Not in this episode, but in this video, just an FYI. The soldiers apparently have towel blindness as they believe all towels look alike.
We must instigate Plan B.
You mean?
Yes. Destroy all towels within a 1,000-mile radius.
They don't see Towel. Even if I'm sure you couldn't miss Tally for like 1,000,000 miles. Like you could probably see him from space. Or do they believe in critical towel theory, even if that's not really what it means? They start to go around South Park destroying every towel they come across, on the off chance it could potentially be Tally. Elsewhere, Tally takes the boys to his birthplace, Dynacor.
This is where you came from?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, man.
What?
I have no idea what's going on.
Which admittedly sounds like a cool name for an evil company, or like a Decepticon. The boys try to hand Tally over, but they keep getting exposition dumped by somebody who doesn't know how to listen.
This is not an ordinary towel. He is the RG400 Smart Towel, designed with a computer chip inside the terry cloth.
We don't care.
I don't know what any of those words mean. If anything, it kind of reminds me of Life of Brian. Apparently, Tally was made to be the ultimate towel. A walking, talking towel that could correctly get you dry, while also being smart enough to do something as mundane as chess.
But then one day, Towelie got high and just sort of wandered off.
We don't care.
Sounds like him. But it turns out...
They called you and said to bring the towel, and then they called us and said they were bringing Towelie back. Their plan was to wipe us all out with one fell swoop.
Dude, I'm having trouble keeping up. You have what you need. Couldn't you just give them the game sphere?
The military got a hold of him. Towelie was at their base for months as they tried to copy his TNA. But then one day, Towelie got high and just sort of wandered off.
The military base? Wait, so did Towelie just take you guys to the wrong spot because he was high or something? I'm so confused, like literally. The only thing I do get is that Towelie was experimented on by the military to be a WMD, even if I feel like he'd be better suited to be a towel for a sport like football. Think about it. The towel manager would only need enough towels for the players. They'd barely have to do any real work. And plus, you don't need like all of them. You could probably do like half and half. Still, I do think the idea of a towel for spying is a cool idea. Like imagine if it were in a dictator's bathroom and when the dictator goes to dry off, bam, he dead. Because towel, biatch. Footage of Tally at Dynacor has the military decide that if they can't have him, nobody can. Yanderes.
Then you can explain to me why we just got footage of the towel returning to Dynacorp. He must have outsmarted us, sir. But I'm through playing hide and seek.
Look, no offense, you can have him. It's just that Tally is kinda, well, Tally. I don't think he's such a huge prize. The boys have to parachute in and do a whole song and dance to get past the military, which sucks, but if they get their game sphere back, they'll still have a few more hours to play.
We could still be back at your house playing video games by midnight.
So that'd be, what, like 8 hours we could play before school?
7.5.
Oh, hurry up, stupid parachute.
But they might not get that because Tally.
Let's see. No.
Any second now, Tally. Any second. I'm sure we got all day. You know what? I'm sure I got all video.
No, tally the entry code.
For what?
God damn it, I guess we're gonna have to climb the stupid fence.
Aw, Stan is speaking my language. They see a bunch of other Tally clones, which, holy crap, imagine if they were human. That is freaking freaky.
Kill me. Oh my god!
But as it turns out, it's a double cross of the double cross getting double crossed. Wow, I'm gonna need some Advil after this review. It's making my head hurt.
What terrifying secret?
That Dynacorp was making these towels in order to take over the world.
We're never gonna play a comic game sphere again, are we?
Again, you know, that's actually a pretty good plan. Think about it. Everybody uses a towel. They could have used Tally for like Black Ops or something.
Can you imagine it? What it would feel like to be way, way too dry? I'll tell you something. You don't want to know.
I wanna know now. Is it like the room temperature room from Community? But before anything major can happen, the military guys have another plan.
Then we will launch a sneak attack on Dynacorp as well. You boys can take the towel to Dynacorp's central core and upload this encryption disk into their system, bringing them down once and for all.
I have no clue what the hell is going on. I think the plot would make more sense if I got high, which I can't do, so it will remain forever confusing for me. Left with no other chance, the Dynacorp people unleash their secret weapon, Towelie, on steroids.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
I think he actually has a name, but I'm just gonna call him Towelie 2.0 for reference. The boys go to get their game sphere back, but they're confronted by Towelie 2.0.
Hello, anybody here?
Welcome to the party, boys.
Stuff happens, I'm too confused to question, just watch the episode. Apparently it involves aliens or some crap, and they lay eyes on their game sphere.
Oh my god, look! Our game sphere!
Come on, game spill.
Oh, sweet, it still saved our place.
Oh, so it really was there, those lying liars. It was right under their noses. See, look at their noses.
Wow!
The boys have to do the acid pit thing to try and retrieve their game sphere, while also dealing with a death.
Jenny! Oh my god, our game sphere! You gotta move me closer!
At least he died for a noble cause this time around. Towelie 2.0 tells Towelie to just let go. Just let go. Why is this reminding me of Chucky? Why aren't there Towelie clones yet a la Chucky? Why isn't this a parody? Why am I asking you all these questions? But Towelie 2.0 tells Towelie he must choose between the lives of those boys he's inconvenienced for 20 minutes, or whether or not he'll get high for the 10 trillionth time in the past hour.
You're going to have to choose between their lives and getting high.
I mean, he's a towel. Couldn't he just do both? I mean,
I choose.
Oh, got it!
see, it's very possible. The boys go rescue their game sphere and go home to play, now with a thorough grudge against Towelie, which might not be that big of a grudge because they did let him play.
Don't forget to bring it down.
You're the worst character ever, Towelie.
I know.
But it does become apparent throughout his many, many appearances. Now, while Towelie seemed like a one-time character, the thing is, in some way, shape, or form, he actually went through a character journey of sorts related to his addictions, especially to weed. Sometimes he oscillates between being a side character or a joke character, like in the next episode.
You don't want Towelie around?
That's right.
So am I to understand that there's been a Towelie ban?
God damn it, get the hell out of here, Towelie.
Or in Professor Chaos, when he's almost chosen as the new kid to replace Kenny and Butters, as he's apparently 17 in Towelie years. I don't know if this was always the intention, or if he just got the Elijah Michelson treatment, but then suddenly, Towelie went from a mere towel to one of those you keep under the sink. Oh my god, I hate when that happens to me. The first was in A Million Little Fibers, which was actually self-contained, and one of the few where the boys don't appear. Heck, unlike Candy Car, none of the townsfolk appear, except Towelie himself. In the time since he's last appeared, Towelie got a job at P.F. Chang's.
Everything okay here? Fine, except this towel has been mixing Chang sauce for 15 minutes. He's clueless.
Don't call me shoeless. You're shoeless.
Oh no, he sold his own kind out for the Chinese. Well, that sounded like super racist without context. Unfortunately, or fortunately if you're Cartman, he gets fired for getting high on the job.
That's it. Get out of here. You're fired.
Yeah.
Not him, you.
Oh.
Needing money and quick, Towelie gets the idea to write a memoir about his life, but unfortunately, the publisher doesn't go for it.
Well, just the small, trivial fact that people aren't interested in autobiographies of towels.
Which really? He was part of a giant government conspiracy. You could totally turn that into a book or a movie or an episode of a hit TV show. I'm sure even if it weren't a memoir, you could still turn it into an interesting story to read.
Chapters 4 through 8, however, seem to all be about Doritos brand corn chips.
I guess I could edit those chapters down some.
Well, I mean, that is true, that part sucks, but couldn't you just hire a ghostwriter, or like somebody to fluff it up like a fluffer? Therefore, Towelie changes his approach and changes each word or buzzword to make him seem more like a human.
You're not a towel, are you?
If I was a towel, why would I be wearing this hat and this fake mustache?
Right, I'm sorry.
It works, and he's now a best-selling author, and Oprah even adds it to her Book of the Month club. Is that still a thing? Now, just to get it out of the way, this episode is considered one of the show's worst by both the creators and the fans, and you know it sucks if everybody agrees. In part because of how it depicts Oprah and her privates, Minge and Gary.
Minge needs attention! At least a scratch once in a while.
And how it's so disjointed from the main plot about Tally that it's like they were trying too hard to make fun of Oprah or like juvenile humor. But besides that, if you take away the Minge Gary plot, I feel like it is a pretty good Tally episode, or at least the idea is there. I still think the boys should have been involved, like when Tally starts to get media attention, they could talk about Tally's debut episode or something like that. Or when they realized Tally was lying, perhaps the reporters go to interview them, I don't know. But why the change? See, the episode was meant to make fun of the controversy involving A Million Little Pieces, a book written by James Frey, aka the dude who wrote I Am Number 4. No joke, really, look it up. The book was said to be a memoir about a man whose life is ruined by addictions and his efforts to detox. And like Tally, after a huge reporting campaign, it was revealed to be mostly made up and or embellished. And no joke, it even got Maya Angelou involved, since she sided with James Frey during the controversy, saying that even if he did embellish, he still overcame his addictions, and the latter is still worthy of praise. Wow, I'm surprised that wasn't part of the episode. Can you imagine Maya Angelou defending Tally? Sure, he was just a towel, but he was a towel with pride. Plus, a huge message of the episode is that, yeah, the dude in question lied, but his lies did help people move on from their addictions or seek help.
Your book got me to give up alcohol, but I thought you were a person!
Yeah, we want our money back, you dumb towel!
Unlike the giant D-word John Edwards, whose only noteworthy achievement was getting Kyle to join GhoulYards. Plus, Tally wasn't really lying, he was only lying about being a towel. Everything else still happened to him.
You lied to all these people, and for what? To make money! They bought your book thinking it was true. How dare you lie to me and make me look foolish?
Perhaps even if we should hate the lying, the book still had a positive impact on the people who really needed it. And in a way, that's what matters most. When Tally is found out by Oprah, she leads an angry mob against him. Like an insane one.
This audience ready for a good old-fashioned lynching? Audience, if you look under your seats, you'll find your very own torches!
Oh my god, I wish I got to go to her studio audience, but I never got the chance.
You lied to me, Tally, and therefore you have lied to America. We are going to rise up against you!
A lesson to all of my viewers. Never invoke the wrath of Oprah. Even if she no longer has a show, she still has her own TV channel, and she interviewed Meghan and Harry. She can do crap, do you? And as Crank Yanker said, her name is Harpo spelled backwards. Tally is concerned, which is weird, what with him being a towel and all, what are they really gonna do to him? He could just slip through them or whatever. But Oprah's privates are discovered and they take hostages.
You got us into this, towel. Think of something.
No, I'm not gonna get high. Every time I get high, I come up with ideas that get me in more trouble.
And Tally uses his towel powers to free them. Psst. This gets Tally his praise back and makes Tally resolve to get high, only to reward himself.
This whole thing was my fault.
Guess he rewarded himself too much because Crippled Summer is an episode.
My name is Towelie. Towel. Why?
No, fun fact, the reason A Million Little Fibers sucked is that it originally wasn't supposed to be about Tally becoming an author. Originally, it was about the people of South Park trying to force Tally to go to rehab, and he said no. Like, you remember that scene at the beginning of the episode where Tally's working at P.F. Chang's and then he gets fired? Well, that's the only remnant of the original idea, but they didn't like how production of the episode was going, and halfway through through, they scrapped everything, which, remember, South Park makes an episode 6 days before airing, sometimes hours before they premiere on TV. So they only really put this together in 3 days. Which, yeah, this has produced good results like Woodland Critter Christmas or Margaritaville, but it also produced this. And depending on how you look at it, it sucks more because it was one of those episodes they started to work on before the season began. That way, they would have a few days off during production. Think of all of the work they wasted. A few seasons later, we got Crippled Summer, which was able to do the plotline with Tally they always wanted, and also make fun of the show Intervention. And better yet, it involves the boys, albeit not the whole town. After a million little fibers, Tally has attempted to get his life back on track again, but the problem is he fell back into his addictions, and he fell back hard. I'm guessing because he wasted all of the money from his book deal buying drugs. He got a job working at Timmy and Jimmy's summer camp as a towel, and somehow he even manages to mess that up.
Come on, where's the towel?
The towel isn't here. I think it's off getting high again.
While Tally was primarily known for getting high on weed, he also transitioned to a lot of other hardcore substances, like crystal meth and crack, and screen cleaner.
Tally, open the door!
Go away, I'm walking on sunshine!
Tally's sunshine burns and dries you out. The sun is our enemy, like a dryer with a lint trap nobody cleaned out. The boys are all pissed at Tally because they just want a typical summer. But Tally keeps borrowing money to buy drugs, never pays them back, and also steals their time away from them, except Butters. Being Butters, he's the only one who actually wants to help somebody because that person in question is his friend and he's suffering.
I just don't want to watch him. I don't even know who he is anymore.
Aww. Once again, Tally's job at the summer camp is to dry off the kids. You're paying someone minimum wage to do that. Speaking of, you're also lucky that Tally doesn't like these kids because, wow, think of the implications. I mean, we know the Catholic Church in this world, but Tally does not care about his job, which he only got to pay people back.
When Tally is doing heroin, he doesn't care about anything.
I don't care about anything. Stupid handicapped camp.
Ugh, and he's ableist on top of all of that, even if their involvement in this episode meant that he was able to have a proper episode, and the original concept for his episode was salvaged. I don't know what you call it, just that the episode was salvaged. My original name was supposed to be Monk the Salvager.
Who hired that towel? It can barely walk, let alone dry somebody off.
You think you're better than me? Huh?
Tally, go do your job right now. Oh my god, when is Tally getting his intervention? Butters relays to the audience that Tally, I'm guessing after a million little fibers, supposedly did turn his life around for the better. He got a girlfriend and they actually had a son together named Washcloth.
He had a girlfriend he liked, and then she got pregnant and had a little washcloth. But then Tally just kept getting more and more high, and he got kicked out of the house.
I wonder if the labor hurt, or if Washcloth just slid out, or became out covered in blood and guts. Also, I find it hilarious that Tally named his son Washcloth, not Washclothy or Thomas or something like that. However, Tally's girlfriend broke up with him and won't let him see his son because of his addictions.
I haven't been high since Wednesday! Oh, it is Wednesday?
The camping staff gets irritated at Tally's behavior and fire him after they catch him sucking off dudes for drug money.
We need a nice, clean towel here at summer camp.
And some people are so picky about their towels.
At a camp for children. Again, he's lucky the most they did was fire him. So Tally has transitioned to computer duster, which is cheaper and easier to find, which, while not illegal, is still a sign of how far he's fallen. The boys now realize they must give him an intervention. Butters lies and says they're going to the laundromat when really, it's an intervention. Wait, but at the laundromat, does he do that SpongeBob thing where he buys a rinse cycle?
What's going on?
You want to come on over, have a seat with your friends?
What is everybody doing here?
Just take a seat. Why don't we take a seat? Take a seat right over there. Tally isn't a huge fan of the intervention idea, but they force him to listen.
Over the past few months, I have watched you go from an ancillary character with a few amusing catchphrases. If you do not accept treatment, I will no longer give you money.
Aw, don't hold back. Well, Kyle and Butters tell Tally to get clean, or else Carbon instead uses his time to say as many anti-Semitic things on TV as he can. After all, the episode is done in the vein of an intervention special. Surprisingly, the dude running the intervention has no problem with Cartman espousing his bullcrap.
I'm being serious, Kyle. Hello?
Kyle, we have to let people be allowed to finish during interventions.
But he's just using his time on television to rant about—
Kyle, please! It is not your turn!
And considering Tally's views on disabled children, I feel like he would appreciate this. Give him a little time to come down. Plus, also this is a reality show, they could just edit that part out if I had to guess.
Okay, Stan, you want to go next?
The kids tell Tally that if he doesn't seek treatment, they will ignore him forever, like more than they already do. So it'll be like how they treated Cartman in The Death of Eric Cartman. Is there gonna be the death of Tally? But they did arrange for him to get treatment at a facility in Southern California. I'm guessing Betty Ford, or that place where Mr. Mackey went to. Actually, speaking of, I feel like that's a cool comparison, but I will hold off. Tally doesn't like the intervention and tries to leave, but they use the power of love on him.
Washcloth? You brought washcloth? Oh, that's low.
So, Washcloth isn't sentient, or is he? Does he come to life or something when he gets older? I have questions. OMG, imagine that's just a normal washcloth and they used it to convince Tally.
Oh, Washcloth, I'm so sorry.
He needs you to get better, Tally. Please.
You got so many people that just love the heck out of you, Tally.
Tally finally realizes that Washcloth has been hurting. I mean, look at the look on his face. Because of his drug binges and resolves to get better, he ends up at Rancho, not Betty Ford, my mistake. He gets clean, makes up with his girlfriend, and things are much better for him. Until he becomes a weed inspector for integrity, but at least he was able to put his addictions to work in a more socially acceptable way. In a way where people are also likely keeping an eye on him and making sure he stays on the straight and narrow. And that was Tally. Oh crap, I forgot about Mr. Mackey. Hey, that rhymes. So in Ike's Wee Wee, Mr. Mackey tells the kids his trademark phrase, drugs are bad, okay?
You shouldn't smoke. And alcohol is bad. You shouldn't drink alcohol. And as for drugs, well, drugs are bad. You shouldn't do drugs. Okay.
That's why Eminem wrote a song about him. So he brings weed into the class just to get them used to the smell. But the weed disappears and the school assumes Mr. Mackey was responsible. So he gets fired. Word spreads around town until he gets evicted and becomes a pariah. You know, kinda like Tally. However, unlike Tally, drugs have a positive impact on Mr. Mackey's life. I think the reason it worked for Mackey and not Tally was because of how they went about. Mr. Mackey was always uptight and could never hang loose, but by simply trying weed, he was able to open his eyes to how restrictive his life was. And on top of that, he also found other like-minded people who, rather than enabling his bad habits, told him to embrace the good in it.
Hey, us too. Yeah, remember? You caught us smoking weed in the bathroom and got us suspended.
Oh, Fortune, how you mock me.
Cheer up, bro.
To the point where Mackey actually did not get high for a long time after that. He just became carefree. Because for the first time in his life, he's happy. Tally, the reason it worked so badly for him was because he went too far. So this prevented him from living a normal life. On top of that, while Mr. Mackey kept his good attitude, Tally just moved on to other hardcore substances that made his attitude worse because he didn't want to admit he had a problem. With Mr. Mackey, there was no problem. With Tally, there was one. And while everybody thought Mr. Mackey was in denial, Tally actually was. So yeah. Anyhow, I hope you had a good holiday. See you guys at Level Up Expo. Don't forget to buy Streamily prints. The shop closes on May 4th if you want it signed by May 11th, and bye!